Hey, YouTube, what's up, I'm here. I'd like to say, first of all, to hit the subscribe button and the bell. And I'm going to get right on into it today for the information. This is February 16th, 2019. And the average tax refund is down 8% under the first full year of the overhaul tax code. According to data released by the IRS on Friday, refunds averaged $1,865 compared to $2,035 for tax year 2017. The total number of refunds received also dipped during the week of the season ending February 1st, down from about 18 million to some 16 million so far in 2019. U.S. Marshals searching for disbarred Georgia lawyer suspected of murdering mother. The U.S. Marshals Service announced that it is searching for a disbarred Georgia attorney who removed his court-ordered ankle monitor before allegedly murdering his mother a week ago. He has been on the run ever since. Richard Merritt's elderly mother was found dead a week ago, having been violently killed. The U.S. Marshals Service said in a statement. DeKalb County Police said Shirley Merritt had been stabbed to death inside her Stone Mountain, Georgia home, and police identified her son as the main suspect last week. Today, February 16, 2019, is National Do a Grouch a Favor Day and National Almond Day. Everyone knows a grouch, and some of us may even be guilty of being one. February 16th is a call to kindness in the name of a grouch. On this day, you can do something to make their day much better. For some, it's in their nature to be grouches all of the time, while others may just be having a rough day or two. February 16th is also National Almond Day. Whether you are eating them by themselves, using almond milk, pasta, flour, butter, oil, or meal, almonds offer a delicious flavor along with many health benefits. Almonds are one of the most heart-healthy foods on the market, packed with vitamin E, magnesium, and fiber. In other news, we have a shooter in Deadly, Illinois rampage was not supposed to own a gun. Trevor Weiner of Calvert, Illinois, he was a human resources intern and a student at Northern Illinois University. The gunman, Gary Martin, 45, shot several of the men at a meeting during which he was being fired. Aurora Police Chief Christian Zimmerman said Saturday. At least one of the slain men was found on another level in the building, she said. Martin was not supposed to own a gun because of a 1995 aggravated assault conviction in Mississippi, but he obtained one in Illinois in 2014. In January of that year, he applied for a firearms owner identification card. In March 2014, he applied to buy a gun from a dealer in Aurora. After a waiting period and passing a background check that did not involve fingerprinting, he brought the gun, she said. Later that month, he applied for a concealed carry permit, and a fingerprint check led authorities to discover the Mississippi conviction, Zimmerman said. The permit was rejected, and Illinois State Police sent him a letter demanding he voluntarily surrender the weapon, but he did not. The chief said investigators are trying to determine why he didn't surrender the weapon and whether law enforcement followed up with him to confiscate the gun. A man who was being let go from his job at a manufacturing business went on a shooting rampage Friday at his workplace in Illinois, leaving 5 workers dead and 5 officers and an employee shot and injured. The gunman, 45-year-old Gary Martin, was killed at the facility in an exchange of gunfire with law enforcement officers, some 90 minutes after the shooting started, Aurora Police Chief Christian Zimmerman said. Martin opened fire with a Smith & Wesson handgun at the Henry Pratt Company in the Chicago suburb of the Aurora, police said, shooting at terrified employees, some of whom frantically called 911. Martin then fired at the first arriving officers within a 5-minute period, possibly from a window, hitting at least one outside, with others struck inside the building as they entered. The shooting then stopped as Martin apparently hid deeper within the 29,000 square foot warehouse, setting off a hunt that ended with a final gunfire exchange about an hour and a half later, she said. Martin was being let go Friday from his job at the company, police said. They did not give more details about why he was losing his job or whether he'd been notified before the shooting. What we're trying to determine right now is if it was premeditated in any way, Zimmerman told reporters Friday night. He was running down the aisle with a pistol that had a green laser sight on it, John Probst said. As soon as I saw the green thing and heard the shots, we left, said Probst, who's worked at the plant for 40 years. He started opening up on the room and he was just shooting everybody. Calls about a shooter started pouring in at 1:24 p.m. Central Standard Time. Zimmerman said she believes the slain workers were shot before officers arrived, roughly 4 minutes later. Arriving officers came under fire immediately. She said initial reports indicate Martin was firing from a window. All of the officers that were shot were injured within the first 5 minutes of arrival, Zimmerman said. We believe the officer's eventual entry pushed the officer inside further where he hid. More first responders then entered the building with 2 missions. One group searched for Martin, while the other tried to find victims. About 90 minutes after the incident began, Aurora officers and those from neighboring Naperville found the gunman. Martin shot at them and they returned fire, killing him. A 6th officer hurt his knee and needed to go to a hospital. All the officers' injuries and those of the surviving workers who was shot are believed to be not life-threatening, she said. Henry Pratt Company describes itself as one of the nation's largest manufacturers of industrial valves, Mueller water products. Its parent company said it's providing help to the affected families. Our hearts are with the victims and their loved ones, the first responders, the Aurora community, and the entire Mueller family during this extremely difficult time, it said in a statement. Our entire focus is on the health and well-being of our colleagues, and we are committed to providing any and all support to them and their families. So I guess that'll be it for today. I'm going to read today's devotional to kind of end it. And it says here, my son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding, and if you call out for insight and cry out loud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. So with that all being said, I hope everyone has a very relaxing Saturday, and I will see you next time.